everyone, I am Shahan Laik and today we will discuss about different kinds of pediatric nervous disorder. The first one is meningitis. Itis means inflammation and meningitis means inflammation of meninges. Meningitis refers to the inflammation of meninges that covers the brain and the spinal cord. It is acute and fatal illness and it is caused by different agents like bacteria, bacterial meningitis. It is caused by meningococcus, pneumococcus, streptococcus and staphylococcus. Another thing is the tubercular meningitis. Tubercular meningitis is caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So it is tubercular meningitis caused by Mycobacterium meningitis. The next one is aseptic meningitis. Aseptic meningitis is caused by virus, fungus and protozoa. It is aseptic, caused by virus, fungus and protozoa. Tubercular, caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. And pyogenic, that is pus forming. It is bacterial meningitis caused by this variety of bacteria which I discussed. Etiology. So all these bacteria, mainly there are a variety of bacteria like E. coli, Klebsiella, Pseudomonas, Streptococcus, Staphylococcus, hemolytic Streptococcus. All these mainly cause the infection in the neonates. Infants at the age of 3 months or onwards, the infection mainly caused by Haemophilus influenzae, pneumococcus, meningococcus, virus, fungi and protozoa or toxoplasma. So predisposing factor is if the patient is having diabetes mellitus, malignancies, so this will occur in them. And another is diagnosis. How do we diagnose meningitis in this pediatric patient? We diagnose by the CSF which shows cloudy CSF. Remember the term, cloudy CSF. Due to increased pressure, the CSF pressure has been increased. And why? Because of WBC count has been increased, mainly in the neutrophil that has been increased. CSF are also increased. CSF proteins are increased. Remember this, CSF proteins are increased, but the sugar is considerably low. Sugar will be low, but the CSF protein is increased. And the sugar is below 30 mg or sometimes 10 to 20 mg. Note that the treatment of choice for this meningitis is cephalosporin that is given intravenously. The next one which we will discuss is encephalitis. So what is encephalitis? Encephalitis is inflammation of brain. Encephalitis is inflammation of brain. Severity is variable. Symptoms may be headache, fever, confusion, stiff neck, vomiting. Complication can be seizure, hallucination, trouble speaking, memory problems and problem with hearing. Etiology. The etiology of encephalitis can be caused by different virus like mumps, measles, rubella, cytomegalovirus, enterovirus. Bacteria can also cause encephalitis like tubercular meningitis. Fungi like Cryptococcus and protozoa can also cause. Surgical treatment. So there is surgical treatment for the encephalitis and these treatment are as follows: ventriculoperitoneal shunt, ventriculoatrial shunt, lateral ventricular shunt, ventriculopleural shunt. The next which we will learn is cerebral palsy, also known as CP. It is the permanent movement disorder that appears in the childhood, early childhood. Cerebral palsy is non-progressive. Remember this word, non-progressive. It do not progress. Neuromuscular disorder characterized by disorder of strength disorder, muscle control disorder, posture movement, due to brain injury. Why? Because of the brain injury before or during the birth or in postnatal period, and it is commonest cause of crippling in children. You can see a child with cerebral palsy. The next which we will learn is spina bifida. Spina bifida is a birth defect. More or less we know about this. It is an incomplete closure of the backbone and membrane around the spinal cord. Backbone and membrane around the spinal cord is not closed properly. The main types are as follows. The first one is spina bifida occulta. Bifida means divided into two. Occulta means hidden. Occulta means hidden. So it is the mildest form of spina bifida occulta, and the outer part of the vertebra is not completely closed. So outer part of vertebra not completely closed, but the split is so small, split in the vertebra is so small that a spinal cord does not protrude in case of spina bifida occulta. So it remains hidden. You can see this picture, it remains hidden. So spinal cord does not come out. The second one which we will learn is meningocoeli. Meningeo, so something with meninges. A posterior meningocoeli or meningeal cyst is the least common form. It is very least common form of spinal bifida, but it allows meninges to herniate. That is why the name meningocoeli means meninges to herniate. You can see these are the meninges, the covering of the spinal cord that herniates. So meningocoeli, this is spinal bifida occulta. Nothing has herniated, but there is a defect in the bone, you can see. The next one is the myelomeningocele. Myelomeningocele. So myelomeningocele is also known as meningomyelocele. It is the type of spinal bifida which result in most severe. It's the most severe because in myelomeningocele, not only the meninges comes out, but also the spinal cords comes out. You can see in the picture, not only the meninges, it is the covering meninges, but also the spinal cord has come out. So myelomeningocele. You can see this. Thank you for watching. We have other pediatric videos in our channel. Please go to our playlist and check it out. Pediatrics. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe our channel if it does any help to you. Bye bye.